this is the prime time for you.
I've only delayed it because a computer I don't use, and one of my daughters had a bit of trouble with, and there's just some finishing touches to do to it.
Well, try and get it out as soon as possible, because it needs to be with them this month.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned. If so, I would be reasonably optimistic that come, where are we now? Of course, we're coming up to your birthday as well. That helps.
Because it's quite an unusual something what I've written. A lot of the listeners will probably know about it.
Well,
did you want me to tell you?
No, it's okay. I mean, in terms of this situation, the important thing is getting it placed as quickly as possible. And that's why I think, because your vibes are very strong at the moment, now is the time to get it in front of the agents and so on.
Because creative writing is one of my strongest things. I am very artistic. I'm into calligraphy and painting and poetry and garden and house design, and it all stems in, what I like to do. Yeah,
well, as I said, for me, the important thing is that you try and get it to people this month, because it's a very strong time for you, and in that sense, it could lead to. I mean, what you've got to remember, Pauline, is that these things take time. If you get it out this month, by the time we get into next year, you'll start to be getting responses on it, and hopefully you'll get something positive either in January or in March.
Thank you, Pauline. Thanks for your call. Daniel Strapper's with us. I thought you'd be pleased to know this, Dan, that all clear is up for the bags on planes. Tough rules on air security to be relaxed. So maybe we'll be seeing a few more of the population slipping away for a holiday.
Well, does that mean I can take my smalls in my backpack?
As long as it's translucent, Dan. As long as we can see through it.
That's what worries me, Mike. That's what
worries me. It's worries me. Where should we go now? We're going to go to Clown in Derbyshire, Luton in Bedfordshire, the A1, Leytonstone, Edmonton, London.
Why not Derbyshire? I like to travel.
Hertfordshire. Who said Derbyshire?
Oh, did you say Derbyshire?
I think I did. It's David. Hello, David.
Hi.
Hi. He's controlled fury, hasn't he? He's been waiting for ages. He's spitting bloody nails. He really is. Dan's here. Let's have your date of birth, David.
Yes, 22nd the 8th, 1966.
22nd of the 8th, 1966.
66.
66.
66.
Yeah.
He's a fire horse.
Yes. Right. So, David, this has been a bit of an emotional year for you.
Yes.
Really? Yes.
Yeah.
There's been has it been just a slow period, or has there been delays in something important to you? It's one or the other, anyway.
Yeah, it's, well, I've lost last year, the partner moved out with my child. I'm trying to gain access to him.
Ah, that's why it's so upsetting.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, in terms of where you are at the moment, I mean, as I said, this has been a slow year. It's continuing slow. It may take, in terms of moving this forward, it's going to take a little while. Have you got legal representation on this?
Yeah, I was there today at court.
Right, good.
Yeah, it's the first stage.
I'm sorry?
It's the first stage.
Yes.
Of a long process.
Yeah, it is indeed. It is indeed. But I think that, unfortunately, the struggle on this level isn't quite over yet. But what I would say is that it is moving forward, and I would think that some progress will be made once we get into next year. Looking where you are at the moment, the one positive, you've got a great positive in your to your advantage from now onwards, from now until your birthday next year, and that is that legal matters are positive for you. So it's time for you to deal with the law and be positive in your approach to it. Don't try and delay things yourself. Now is the time to push on, because you're more likely to achieve what you're aiming to achieve in the next 12 months than at any time in the last 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So push on with it, but I don't see a lot of progress this year. Well, maybe in December there could be some, but I really see the progress as coming next year. So push on with it, but keep it legal. That's the important thing. As long as you deal through the law, you will achieve what you're aiming to achieve.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Dan. We're going to take a short pause.
Right.
Let's remind everyone that Dan's office number is 077 961 41451. I wish he'd tell me when to get a piece of paper and a pencil out. I swear at the television, they say. They're prattling on and it cuts to a commercial break. Says, call us our number, 1274. Terms and conditions apply. And they go, oh, what? What was that?
You never get it. It's always too fast.
Yes. 077. Next week, 961. And the week after that, 41451. If that wasn't slow enough, you don't deserve to hear it. Right. We're going to take a short pause. Don't think we won't be slipping into something cool while this is going on.
The Game.
Sensational!
With Rodney Marsh.
Off we go again.
And Adrian Durham.
Are you having a laugh?
This afternoon from 4.
I can't wait. Hold on!
On talkSPORT. The untouchables of drive time sport.
You send one of ours to the hospital, we'll send one of yours to the mall. What kind of attitude is that? A winning attitude. Dear, oh dear.
The Silver Fox and the Ginger Whinger.
Don't panic, we're only having a bit of a laugh.
Going at it.
He's off!
Every weekday afternoon.
Go on, the push! I knew there was something wrong.
The Game with the good guys.
He's Rodney Marsh, I'm Adrian Durham.
This afternoon from 4.
Go!
DAB Digital Radio.
Astonishing!
And 1089 and 1053 AM talkSPORT.
Hello?
talkSPORT. The melody of throwaway chat-up lines.
Here we are.
And the suspicious waft of inexpensive aftershaves. Across the UK. On Whisk You Off to Monaco on a private jet quality DAB Digital Radio. Or on Quick Fumble by the Bins out the back of the Spa Shop quality 1089 and 1053 AM. talkSPORT.
All the things you want your mother to hear. Jacqueline's in London. Jacqueline, Daniel Strafford's here. Hello.
To speak to you again, Mike, and hello, Daniel.
Hi.
I think we started without you there, didn't we? What, you were scrabbling for a piece of paper with a pen, were you?
No.
Are you sure?
No, it was just kind of like getting my paper, which I've written my points on.
Oh.
Well, no, not really my points, but just.
Oh, what you want to ask? What's your date of birth?
It's the 12th of the 1st, 1975.
Great.
The 12th of January 1975.
Yes.
Right. So, Jackie, you're quite a creative person.
Yes, I am.
But you get a bit emotional about things at times.
No, not really. At the moment, I'm having a move to Canada, so that was spurring my call.
Mm.
We're not paying for this, are we? Canada?
Yes, Canada.
It's uphill.
Right. Well, yes, okay, I accept the fact that you may not feel that you're emotional on the surface, but it's all going on underneath, isn't it? Yes, well, we'll pass over that one quickly. That'll be our secret, Jackie. We won't tell anybody about it. You've been planning this for some time, haven't you?
Yes.
Since, just a minute, since 2004 you've been thinking about it? Specifically?
Maybe.
Yes. About this time in 2004 you thought to yourself, yes, maybe I should do this. I think it's a good idea.
Thank you.
Yes. And it looks to be coming to fruition. I mean, are you expected to go this year then?
Yeah, in September. Well, now I think it's going to be at the end of September because I've got a lot of packing to do.
Yeah, right. Well, it's positive, but you've got to remember that it's going to take a little bit of adjustment next year. You will find the first 9 months or so heavy going initially. Does that make sense?
That sounds like a wonderful challenge.
It is, yes. But the more positive you are about it, the better it's going to be for you. Just see it as a series of tests to get you through it. What will happen is that there'll be difficulties to be sorted out relating to the domestic scene and also to do with anything practical. It may take a little time for you to adjust to all of this, but once you get through to this time next year, it'll be onwards and upwards. But the important thing is to be careful about what you spend in the first 12 months, because Financially, it could be a bit trying initially.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And, Jackie, try and work with the public or do something creative, because this is where you're going to be happiest. I know you like to withdraw and be quiet and away from people every so often, but you're best off trying to mix with people and do something creative. Your creative abilities are very, very good. The trouble is that you don't necessarily have enough confidence to utilise them properly all the time.
Okay.
Thank you, Jackie. Good luck. Well, it's all go here, isn't it? What is the time? We've got about 12 minutes. Is it 12? No, 11 minutes away from 2 o'clock. Daniel Strapper's with us. He's very good, isn't he? We're talking about you, Dan. You don't have to listen.
All right.
Okay. And I had this from Bernice. She said, I'm in Sydney, Australia, so it's a bit expensive to ring. I'll tell you something. I got one of these call management systems, Dan, and it cost me the same to ring my friends in Los Angeles as it does to call someone I know in Dorset.
Incredible.
Yeah. Australia's the next big frontier. As soon as we find someone who speaks English, we'll land.
Absolutely.
So Bernice has said, she wants to know, and just try and make this as short as possible, will I ever get that dream home that we're working towards? She was born on the 15th of August, 1958.
Right, let's see where we are.
This could be a nice little 60-seconder, if that'll be all right with you.
She's got to keep working at it, but I would be optimistic that... Let me just make sure I've done this right. 14, 5, 4. I would be optimistic that the 15 months that runs from September 2007 to the end of 2008 will provide that. It's guaranteed to provide that opportunity. It's as simple as that. Yes, the answer is yes, and it is 12 to 18 months away.
And she's got involved in a new job, and she just wonders if it's got legs.
That is questionable. She will know come April next year if it's got legs or not. If it hasn't, move on and to the next thing. Don't worry about it.
Right, okay. Paula's in Luton. She wants to talk to you. Paula, we're going to take a little pause here, just to let down the computer cool down a bit, and then we're all right. Because they've caused so many lines to lock up down, the computers are looking as if they need a good wash down with some cold milk.
Oh, I could do with one myself.
It's all your fault, I blame you. Hello, Paula.
Hello.
Dan's here, and he's desperate to talk to you, but before he can, he needs to know your date of birth.
Okay, my date of birth is the 10th of January, 1945.
Oh. Right. 10th of January, 1945.
Yes, so...
She's born in the year of the monkey.
Absolutely.
Little monkey.
10. So, Paula, this is a year of new beginnings for you.
Wow.
Have you not noticed anything since April of this year?
Yes, slowly. Very slowly.
And it's just beginning to fall into place.
Yes.
But there's been a lot of aggravation around.
Really have, yes.
And it's almost as if you're being blocked from what you're trying to do.
Yes, that's so true.
But keep going forward. Two things I want to mention here, because they are very important, especially at the moment.
Okay.
I expect things to fall into place this month, but do be careful about trusting people, because there's somebody around you who's not being straight with you. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I'm very much aware of that.
Well, remember, keep that thought in the forefront of your mind between now and the end of the year, because this person could put a nigger in the woodpile, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So it needs to be handled with a certain amount of care and delicacy.
How do I do that?
Don't rise to any bait. Try and be positive and deal with things on a practical basis.
Okay.
Don't allow yourself to be swayed by so-called gossip or what other people are said to have said.
Right.
And if there's facts involved in this, check them yourself. Don't rely on other people.
Okay.
Do it yourself, Paula.
Okay.
But one thing, I would say, because I think this is quite important, you're quite creative, but you've got the ability to make money.
Yes, that's right.
But your birthday is what is known as, in numerology, is the Wheel of Fortune. So things are always moving. So you have ups and downs.
Yes.
But I think you're coming into a period where you can make some money again.
I hope so.
I think so. It's not. I mean, it won't be instant, but you're working towards it. Keep pushing with what you're trying to achieve. It will fall into place this month, but do be careful about this deception factor. And Paula, don't do partnerships. I don't think they're for you. I think you should be on your own.
Yeah, I think I will be. Can you just answer me a quick question?
Mm-hmm. I'll try.
Right. Okay. I'm going through a divorce, and we're going through the maintenance part of it. I was married for 30 years, and it just keeps going on and on, like you say, dragging its feet.
Right.
I really need to know if what's at the end of it.
Well, if you push positively between now and the end of this year, I see no reason why you can't sort it out.
Okay.
But you've got to keep going forward with it. Don't allow yourself to be put off. Don't allow yourself to be sidetracked. And keep dealing with it on a practical basis. Try and cut out all the emotional stuff, because that's what keeps throwing you.
Thanks, Paula. Daniel Strafford's here. If you want to speak to him, use this number. It's 08704 20 20 20. Had a little observation from Alan, who signs himself London First Class Honours in Mathematics from Cambridge University, perennial sceptic.
Mm-hmm.
My mother used to like perennials.
Yeah.
He said...
but they come round all the time, don't they, mate?
I think it's a yearly thing. He said, it's a shame you can't do some research on the whole matter. Now, as this has its roots, in my perception, in Pythagoras' time, I think one should ask, is he just jealous that his girlfriend's fascinated by you and he's sitting on the other side of the room playing with his emailer?
Well, it doesn't... I mean, Pythagoras is one of the people that was interested in numerology. I mean, the Greeks studied it, the Egyptians studied it, the Babylonians studied it. Many of the great civilizations have studied numerology. But it has its roots in the original Mandarin language, which dates back over 10,000 years. So I think Pythagoras is a bit of a new boy on the block, so to speak, as far as numerology is
I was just trying to find someone in living memory. Dan, we have just chopped down about 3 acres of North Wales Hill Farm. Mm-hmm. We've got so much stuff here. Can you stay for a bit longer?
Yeah, I'll try my best, Mike.
Yeah, well, that's very kind. Sorry we can't convert Alan, but then, neither could the natural gas people.
No, well, right. There you are.
So, just to bring you up to date, if you were desperate to speak to Dan, or there's some decision-making you want to do, or maybe you just want to discuss with him whether you're making the right decision about something, the number for his office details is 077 961 41451. 077 961 41451. There we are. That's not too difficult, is it? No. You're listening to talkSPORT. In just a moment, a chance to hear how Christine's getting on, Rob and Christina, Agnes, Nina and Amy. And that's only the 2nd Division team. You should see the other ones. They're just putting their clothing on. Messy business.
Absolutely.
The radio station for men who know how to treat a lady.
I always do this show in T-shirt and underpants.
Oh, very clever.
talkSPORT.
We're just 5 minutes away from more Daniel Strafford, and then we'll be 33 minutes away from discovering more about miracles. And you might realise, when we meet Irene Thompson, that you were actually part of a miracle yourself.
On 1089 and 1053 AM.
The most deeply held principles.
Around the world.
Not kneeling on our knees.
Around the clock.
It was never meant to be negotiated.
From the Sky News Centre. talkSPORT on the Hour News.
The top stories from the Sky News Centre at 2.
On 1089 and 1053 AM. talkSPORT.
Very interesting to see the little bits that make up life's rich pageant. In 2004, people of the United Kingdom purchased £450 million worth of foot spas. You know those things put your feet in, they swirl the water around them? 450 million quid they got from us for these. And it's so strange you don't hear much about them, do you? I just wonder if you have a foot spa from 2 years ago in the family, you know. It was so popular, some people showed them up in their sitting room windows. So where are they now? Foot spas. Some of the things we'll be talking about, they're not all serious, of course. Some things are silly, you know, like junk food, computer games, television, and the internet is ruining our childhood. Could that be true? I tell you that because it was one of the 5 most commented things on the internet this morning. Daniel Strafford's with us. We're looking at numerology in the face and saying, how do you think of that, big boy? And Rob's on the A1 and he says, give me another portion. Rob, welcome.
Good evening, Mike.
Hi, good to have you with us.
Hi. Could you have a look at relationships and finances, please?
What's your date of birth, Rob?
2012, 1959.
2012, 1959. Okay.
Right. Well, it's been a bit restrictive this year, hasn't it? Life generally. You've got. Is there a problem around at the moment that you're finding heavy going?
Not really.
Well, then you must have sorted it out. But what I would say is that, generally speaking, this year you've had to budget and be careful financially. Things are going to improve. Next week, from about 3-4 weeks' time, the pressure will start to ease and you can move forward. In terms of relationships, this is what the problem has been in that situation. It's either going to work, Rob, or it's not. If things go through during the next 6 to 8 weeks, if you can find some balance with that in this situation in the next 6 to 8 weeks, you've got a good chance of moving it forward. And I think that's really the key to it. You've got to try and make adjustments. You've got to be practical about this, and you've got to look at the situation along the lines of what is going to be easiest for everybody concerned. Does that make sense?
I'm not in a relationship at the moment.
You're not?
No.
Well, so has there been one that went wrong then?
There's been a few that goes wrong. You don't understand me.
Well, as far as that's concerned, then, I mean, in terms of next year, there's going to be lots of excitements and adventures, but I wouldn't see there be much in the way of permanence. Permanence is more likely to come in 2008. That's the time. If you're looking for permanence on the relationship level, 2008 is the year for you to be concentrating on.
Great. Lovely.
Thank you so much. Thanks very much. That's Rob from the A1. I hope he was hands off at the time. I saw a woman driving along the other night and she had this mobile phone and I think it was lit from a power station because it was so bright. And she was driving and holding it up to her ear. You know, they thought some people obviously not had her Secret Service training. No. Christina wants to talk to you. She's in Leytonstone, East London. I bet she's got strip pine floors. Hello, Christina. How are you?
Hello, I'm all right.
Have you got
Mark. Hello, Dan.
Hi.
Hi.
We need to know your date of birth. Thank you,
It's the 14th of the 10th, 51.
1951.
Right. So you've had some changes already this year, have you not?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it not easier than it was last year?
Not really.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it is moving forward. It is moving forward, Christine. And I think part of the problem is that you had to let go of some things perhaps that you didn't necessarily want to let go of. But look, you've got more freedom now than you've had for some years, haven't you?
Yeah.
And I think you've got to see that as a plus.
Right.
In terms of, I mean, have you thought about having a little holiday?
I've got one coming up.
Yeah. This month?
Yeah.
Good. It'll be nice. It'll give you a lift. Because you sound a bit flat to me at the moment.
Sorry about that.
No.
We're taking my mother on holiday with us because my dad died in March.
Well, it'll be a nice time, I promise you.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. But I think that one of the things around you is that you've not had a lot of... You felt restricted in situations, and the lack of freedom has been a bit... It's curtailed you a little bit, shall we say, and made you feel a bit hemmed in.
Yeah.
as far as that is concerned, as I said, the balance of this year is quite good. Next year is great for dealing with the home. Anything to do with the family situation is positive for that.
Mm.
And in fact, if you want to make any changes in the home or do decorating or change your furniture or anything like that, next year's the time to do it.
Oh, does that mean I'm coming into some money?
Well, financially, it should be improving. It should be improving.
Oh.
And I see no reason why you couldn't have a little win sometime in the next few weeks.
Right.
Between now and the end of the year.
Oh.
I'm not saying you're going to win a fortune.
No, yeah.
But there could be a small sum of money forthcoming. Either this month, or I would think either this month, maybe next month, but more likely December.
Right.
There could be some financial improvement. It's not bad at the moment. It's much better than you think it is, Christina.
Yeah.
So go away, have a nice holiday. I'm sure it's going to do you good, and you're going to feel better for it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're
Have a nice
welcome.
time. Thanks for your call. This is talkSPORT. Daniel Strappers here. I'm Mike Allen. Delighted to welcome your calls. And you know the regular number. It's 08704 20 20 20. Or you can text me on 81089 or email allthews.talksport.net. If you'd like to get in touch with Dan, if you'd like to approach him on a personal basis. I was thinking, Dan, as I said that, am I using the right expression here?
I'm not going there, Michael. I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Absolutely. The number is 077 961 41451. 077 961 41451. Right, where should we go? Let's talk to Agnes. She's in Watford.
Oh.
Hello, Agnes.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, we're all fine, actually. Mind you, we had extra custard this morning, so...
Oh.
I need to know...
Count them calories.
Sorry? Counting calories?
Yeah.
I went in this little Italian restaurant earlier and had something to eat, you know, and they said, would you like the ravioli? And I said, yeah, okay. And they did it specially for me. So it was hand done, you know.
Oh.
And he said, did you enjoy it? I said, I would have done if it had longer legs. He looked at me, very strange, he said. Said, you're deeply disturbed, sir. What's your date of birth?
28th of December, 1959.
Right.
Right. So, well, you've got a good birthday.
Right.
Yes. They call it the millionaire's birthday.
All right.
Yes. So, that's a positive to start with, is it not?
Well, absolutely. And why is it called that?
It's just that more people born on the 28th of any month become millionaires than any other birthday.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's why it's known as a millionaire's birthday. It's quite a lucky one. It's quite a lucky one. And I see you, when you set your mind to it, you can be a very practical and down-to-earth person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you've got a lot of drive as well, haven't you?
So.
Yes. I mean, all right. So we all have the odd period when things don't. We're not as positive in our approach as we should. Perhaps we should be. At the moment, this has been a year when there's been some ups and downs. In some ways, it's been quite a sociable time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it hasn't been bad actually. Yeah, but like you say, ups and downs.
Ups and downs. Emotionally, it's been a bit erratic.
Yeah.
And I think that in some ways you feel that somebody's let you down.
Yep, they have.
Yes.
The person that has let me down, it was in a relationship I was with, now wants to get back together again, and I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do.
When did you meet him, Agnes?
We split up September last year, and I was with him for 15 months prior to that.
Ah, right.
We've split for a year now, but he's been in contact and wants to sort of make a go of it again.
My advice, Agnes, is leave it.
Right.
Your instincts on this are right. I mean, on the one side, you're drawn towards it because there were some positives there. But in reality, this is not really going to work.
Right. That's what I wanted to know. Yeah.
And in that sense, I think that we should be looking to the next 3 years when there's going to be the minimum of 4 opportunities for you to meet somebody.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that things will necessarily run smoothly in all of that period, but through the things that happen, you will meet somebody, and I think that there's the possibility you could meet somebody next year, and you might not necessarily be too impressed with them initially, but it will have legs, it will go.
Daniel Strafford, numerology, and here they are on talkSPORT. I'm Mike Allen, we're back with Daniel, and we're going to be talking to Nina and Amy and Sharon and Mary and Christine. Well, I'll try terribly hard, Christine. I shall bring the whip to bear. This is talkSPORT.